So you want to learn how to create a custom pickaxe, do you? Well, you've come to the right place because I'm going to be showing you guys how you can turn this boring old diamond pickaxe into something fresh, new, and fleeky, if I must say. And yes, that is a Fortnite pickaxe, but you can do whatever you want. But you guys loved the custom sword tutorial, so I thought I would continue this series, and we're looking at the pickaxe today. Oh my god, the transitions are back. I love them fleeky transitions. Can we get another one at some point during this intro? But for reals, I'm going to be showing you guys a brand new update of my model creator, and at the same time we're going to be creating this custom pickaxe. Now, it doesn't have to be what I created today. It can be anything that you like. And whoa! There it is. There's that second fleeky transition. I'm going to have to say I love those. They're going to be in like every single one of my videos from now on. Now, before we do go ahead and get started, if you guys enjoy this tutorial today, I would appreciate if you could go ahead, drop a like down below, let people know that this is a good video, and as well, if you would love to see more of these, make sure you go ahead, subscribe, turn on that bell button, and I appreciate it a lot. But let's go ahead, let's get into this tutorial right now. Alrighty, so the first thing that we need to do is download the latest version of my model creator. As I mentioned, there is a brand new update. It includes the new texture manager, which is going to be used throughout this video. So if you want to follow along correctly, make sure you get the latest update. So I'll put a link in the description for this page. Just scroll down and download the universal version. Now, I had a couple people say, you know, why can't I download the Windows version? Well, I'm actually going to be getting rid of this because it's kind of redundant now, like, because you can just simply download the universal version and it will work on, you know, PC, it'll work on Mac. So when you're downloading it, just download the universal version. But once you've done that, go ahead, open it up, and you should be presented with something that looks like this. Now, once again, I am providing you guys with a template to start off with, and it comes with the display properties already configured for you guys. You may have to, at the end, once you finish your model, adjust them a little bit. I think I might have to do it today, but it's just a template to get you guys started, and it makes life a lot easier as well. So I'll put a link in the description so you can download this pickaxe template. Very, very simple. It's really got nothing on it. And if we take a look at the display properties, you can see that everything is already configured quite well. So we're ready to start creating it. So I thought I would do something a little bit different. Instead of actually creating a pickaxe like in the style of maybe like the sword that I created in the last video, I might do something different, and what I thought I would do is create a pickaxe from Fortnite, and the one that I had in mind was the pink flamingo. I thought this looks cool, and it is doable. It is doable. So we're going to get a start here. It's going to be maybe, you know, I'm going to take a little bit longer with this one, but I think if I do like a really cool looking model, it's going to make this video even better. Now, at the same time that I'm creating this, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the changes. Now, this is not going to show you every change in this update. If you do want to know all the changes, I actually posted a video on my second channel. I'll put a link in the description, or I'll put a card up on the screen right now. So check that if you want to know everything that's changed in the model creator. I'm just going to be going over kind of the main stuff that you guys are most likely going to be using in this program. So let's start this off. So I'm actually going to keep this middle bit here. So we're just going to select that. We're going to go to faces. We're going to open up the brand new texture manager. So it's really easy now. So you just do kind of normal, click image, and then here we can select a texture. Now, if you haven't extracted the Minecraft assets, I highly suggest you do that so you can get access to Minecraft's textures. You can simply do that by going up to here to more, extract assets, and then select the version you want. Now, you have to have had installed at least one version of the Java edition for anything to show up here. As you can see, I've installed quite a lot of versions. We've got the snapshots, and then we just got the normal version. So extract the ones that you're creating the model for. So maybe you're doing it for 1.12, 1.13. But anyway, let's go back to here, texture manager, new texture. And I think for this texture, I'm either thinking spruce, or I think spruce might be a little bit too light. I might just go with oak. to start it off with. Planks, what do we got? Planks, big oak, birch. Alright, let's just go with oak here. Let's see how this goes. Let's copy paste. I would argue that looks correct as the handle of the pickaxe. I'm looking at like the actual picture off screen here. I am going to adjust it. As you can see, we kind of have like the pixels happening. We kind of have like a little bit of the next part of the texture happening here. That's because the UV is 1.2. If we actually go ahead and adjust that, we can reduce that down. Now, another cool thing you can do is if you want to select the face now, as you can see, when we hover over the UV editor over here, it will actually highlight the face you are selecting, which face you're hovering on in the 3D view. So it's really helpful if you wanted to do quick UV editing, because you don't even have to take your eyes off the 3D view now. You just have to kind of see when it actually highlights that face, and then simply click and it will make that the selected face. Alright, that's looking pretty good so far. I think this might need to be a little bit taller, so I might make it like 16 high. I know it's kind of getting big, and we might have to make some adjustments, but I do want it to kind of look like the Fortnite pickaxe. Actually, let's go ahead, let's make it, let's actually bring it back to that, because we do need to add in the handle at the bottom. And a good thing to do when you are creating your model is to make sure you save regularly. There is no autosave feature in the model creator, but in the future I will be having some autosave and potentially like a backup feature in case the program does crash. You can actually recover your progress. Not that there is any crashes now, because I've actually kind of flattened them all out. Like I'm pretty happy with the stability of the program now. I'm not going to show you the entire process of creating this, because that's just going to take quite some time. So I might do like a bit of jump cuts here and there. Something that has been fixed in my program is the ability to increment values by a 100th. Previously, it would only work on the size properties, but now it pretty much works on everywhere else, such as the position, the origin, and the faces. And this is where it comes in handy, because we want this to kind of align, this bit here to align up with that. So we're going to go ahead, press Control Shift, and then press up here, and it's going to slowly go up. And I'm pretty happy with that. Like, that is really small. When you start to zoom out, you don't even really notice it. So just a quick tip. Let's add a texture to this now. So the handle part here is like metal type texture. So I'm just like a big fan of concrete texture. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna select concrete silver. There is also a reason behind why I do select it. And that is because when you do have this, for instance, where we have two of the elements kind of crossing with each other like that, that's called Z-fighting. If you use a texture that is pretty much the same, it will not do that anymore, because they're both the same color. If they're different textures or different colors, you will notice it, but when they're the same, you don't. Let's go ahead, let's texture this with the planks, and that is looking pretty good so far. I'm really happy with that. Now it's time to move on to the head of the pickaxe, where we need to add in the flamingos, and then we also need to add in the hose, which actually connects them up. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. And what I'm going to do is, before I continue on, I'm going to save the project here as Fortnite pickaxe. Alright, it's starting to look like it so far. I think if we go ahead and we add in the textures, we'll be able to figure out what to add next. I've kind of added in the head, I've got the beak on each side, and we've also got the neck as well, kind of wrapping around the top of the pickaxe here. It's not like an exact replica, but it's kind of a inspired pickaxe. So let's go ahead, let's grab out the pink texture. Now, something as well that I forgot to mention is you can actually rename or actually change the label of the textures now. So instead of calling this concrete silver, we could actually call this the handle because this is the handle down the bottom there. And then we could call this, this is kind of the handle as well. We actually can't call it that. We'll call it pickaxe handle, and then maybe this bottom bit is going to be like the shovel handle. There we go. Let's go ahead, let's add a new texture in. We're going to go ahead, grab concrete pink here, or it should be here, concrete pink, pink, there it is. Alright, let's grab that. We'll call this flamingo, and that is looking really good so far. I'm actually pretty happy with this. I always feel like it's an achievement being able to create like a 3D model and then turn it into a blocky format. And then for here, what we're going to do is go ahead, grab out another texture, and what I'm thinking is, I think it's just concrete. Oh, actually concrete white. Actually not concrete white. Remove that. It is a hardened clay stained white. This one's good, yes. And then for the end here, we're going to have, on the actual model, it has a black tip. So we're going to go ahead and get one that has a black tip. But I think I'm going to go with the hardened clay black. So it's not like true black, because if it was true black, I don't think it would look nice. Oh, that is looking really good so far. All right, I think one thing that's missing is the eyes. Once we add the eyes, that's going to look awesome. And the last thing we have to do is just simply add in the hose. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to add the garden hose to it, mainly because it's kind of really awkward. I think I actually might just add it at the top here, but not have it go down the handle, because that just kind of just makes everything really complicated. So let's go ahead, let's get these eyes on right now. There we go, the eyes have now been added to it, and it's looking a lot better with that added. Now what I'm going to do is just simply add the garden hose around here, and maybe I'll make it come down, we'll see. We'll see if it's going to be easy or not, but hopefully your pickaxe is looking as awesome as mine is right now, and I'd definitely love to see it. So if you do follow this tutorial today and you create a custom pickaxe, send me a screenshot of it to my Twitter or Facebook. You can take a screenshot easily through my program, or you can just use any other sort of screen capture tool that you're using. But let's go back here and let's add the hose, the garden hose, to the model now. Alright, I think I've done, and I realized I've put a lot of effort into this model today. Like, so far, just this recording bit of creating this model has gone for over an hour already, which is crazy. But I think the turnout of this Fortnite pickaxe looks pretty amazing, and I actually did decide to put the hose down the shaft of this pickaxe, and I think it looks good. So it's like tied up at the top here, and it just kind of runs down. There is like a knot at the bottom, but I didn't really want to do it on this version of the model, but I think that looks good. And let's go ahead, let's double check the display properties real quickly, because it might need some adjusting. As you can see, definitely needs some adjusting here. The scale of this needs to go down. So this is something that you might need to do once you've created your pickaxe, is just adjust the display properties so they work. And I think we just need to move it over now. Let's go ahead, let's just exit the UV editor. There seems to be a bug when you're in the UV editor, that the first person thing doesn't really render correctly. Okay, there we go. It looks like it's in the correct spot anyway. Let's not do that. And now the best part about this, we're ready to export this model. So once you've finished up, go up to File here. We're going to first just save our project. As you can see, I've got quite a decent amount of saves here, just saving each bit as I go along. And then we're going to go ahead, click on Export. We're we're going to go ahead and save this to our desktop. So I'm actually going to name this Diamond Pickaxe because we're going to replace that one. And then browse the destination. Again, I'm just doing desktop. We want to click optimize model. So what it will do is it will get rid of faces that aren't seen. We're going to include our custom display properties, and then we're actually not going to include the element names. So let's go ahead, let's export. It is done. Now you're probably asking right now, how do you actually get this model into the game? Well, we're simply going to be creating a resource pack. So we're going to go ahead, just put our model onto the desktop here, just so we know where it is. And then we're going to be using a tool called Resource Pack Workbench. And I used this in the previous tutorial, but it's a really easy way to create resource packs. It's like a generator essentially. But it manages everything really nicely. So I'll put a link in the description for this program. Just scroll down and then click download the latest version right here. Now your version might not load straight up into this view here. You might have to go through some extra steps. If you watch my previous tutorial, I did install this fresh. So if you want to see how to get through those first steps into the program, go check out my previous video. But we're going to go ahead, create new project. We're going to call this custom pickaxe. You can choose whatever you want to name this. I'm just doing it for this video. Create. And now we're going to override the diamond pickaxe. So in this list here, find models, go to items, and then find diamond pickaxe. Here it is, and then right click it, import replacement, and then find the exported model from the program. So diamond pickaxe, there it is. Import that, and then we're pretty much ready to go. There's not really anything else we've got to do. We're just going to go to project, export resource pack, and then resource pack name is going to be called custom pickaxe. Actually, maybe we'll name it like Fortnite pickaxe or something like that. Resource pack description, changes the diamond pickaxe to a flamingo pickaxe. There we go. Resource pack format. So if you're using 1.12, select version 3. If you're using anything above, use version 4. So that's like 1.13 and above. Let's click export here. Also a good thing as well here, do in Minecraft, don't change settings. Click export, and now it should have successfully exported your resource pack. We are ready to now launch up the game. So let's go into our resource pack options here and then find the resource pack on the left side here. So we're looking for Fortnite pickaxe. This is the one we want, so move that over to the top, press done. Resource pack has now loaded. Let's go ahead, let's check out the diamond pickaxe. Oh god, here it is. Da 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 da! We have the flamingo pickaxe from Fortnite now inside of Minecraft. That looks amazing. Only one thing I could say is I would like it to be a little bit bigger in first person. Because when we do throw it down, it looks like it would be like a really gigantic pickaxe, but holding it in our hand here, it does seem to have shrunk a little bit. Let's have a look in third person. Oh, that looks amazing. That looks absolutely amazing. I guess the good thing is if it's not big, it kind of feels a little bit more like a single-handed pickaxe, whereas the Fortnite pickaxe is more of like a dual welded pickaxe. Alright, let's test out how good this thing is. I mean, it's a diamond pickaxe. It's gonna be good. That looks amazing. I feel like this needs to be a thing. This needs to be a thing. Let's grab some coal over here. You know, we're just gonna start a little bit of a survival series in this video today. Not really, but episode 1 of my Let's Play starting right now, guys. First episode. Oh, there's some coal down here. We need that for the first night. But I think that's going to wrap up this video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and as well, I hope you created a really awesome looking pickaxe. And if you did find this video helpful today, I'd appreciate if you could go ahead and drop a like down below. Let people know that this is a good video, and consider subscribing as well if you would love to see more of these custom custom model videos, because I want to do more of them. Let me know down in the comment section below what I should do a custom model of next, and I'll do a tutorial of it. Now, it doesn't have to be a tool, it can be an item, it could be a block, so let me know down in the comment section below, but I'll catch you guys later. Bye!